We only have a few weeks before the federal and state eviction moratoriums are set to expire. Property owners we spoke to say that'll be a huge relief after spending months trying to cover extra expenses. 13 Action News reporter Kelsey McFarland spoke with one property owner who was shocked to find what went on inside her home once the tenant left.
Yeah, Dave, that's right. Michelle Stiles owns this property in the northwest area of town, and she says she felt like her tenant was holding the home hostage after not paying rent and then leaving thousands worth of damage, which is why she has this large dumpster outside. Take a look. Property owner Michelle Stiles is trying to get this home ready for her next tenant, but she has a lot of work to do.
Nail polish on the carpet, brand new carpet.
Her previous renter left holes on almost every door in the house, ripped out cabinets, flooded the carpet, left cigarette butts and moldy food with piles of trash everywhere.
It's going to cost thousands of dollars, probably about $7,000 is the estimate that I have so far.
It's clear from the images the tenant trashed the place after avoiding rent and utility payments for almost an entire year, thanks in part to the eviction moratorium.
Well, I didn't see any rent for quite some time, and then the CARES Act came into play. So I basically had to manage without until August is when finally the CARES money came through.
Michelle says the woman stopped payments despite proving she had more than $24,000 in the bank and was still employed. Michelle wonders how many other renters may be taking advantage of the eviction protections and how many landlords will suffer as a result.
There's really not much repercussion. What am I going to do? There's nothing I can do about this. I can go to small claims court. Do I really think that the time and energy is going to get me anywhere? I don't. I really don't.
Jim Birchtold is directing attorney for the Consumer Rights Project at Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada. He says the guidelines for eviction protections have changed so much over the last year, it's difficult for both tenants and landlords to know their rights.
If there's an issue with the tenant, like the tenant's causing damage on the property, or the tenant is really not entitled to those protections, the landlord has been able to proceed with an eviction. But landlords and tenants just don't know enough about the protections in place to know what their rights are.
He first suggests working together to get a piece of the CARES Act funding.
There is still a huge pot of rental assistance money that is waiting to be distributed.
If a landlord can prove a tenant is claiming those protections fraudulently, you may have to take it to court, but you don't need to hire a lawyer. Birchtold says the self-help center in the courthouse has all the eviction documents a property owner needs.
So if a landlord really has evidence that the tenant is claiming the protections but is really not entitled to them, the landlord can still go ahead with an eviction and challenge that in court and ask the judge to make a determination.
As for Michelle, she says she plans to cut her losses and move on, but she is concerned the perceived lack of protections for landlords could cut them out of the market entirely, leaving less homes for rent. Reporting live, I'm Kelsey McFarland, 13 Action News.